So, good evening guys, folks, everything in between. Welcome back to another video. Light vlog, but yeah, something that needs to be talked about. And something I had quite fun with as well, I cannot deny that. But yeah. But yeah, there's something we need to talk about, especially with yeah, the way how social media etc. reacts about certain yeah, art styles such as anime styles, like loli for example, or shota. To give a little bit of context, loli is a kind of an art style within manga and anime that portrays girls or women in a more or less girly fashion. But yeah, so, sometimes to basically yeah, portray yeah, an underage, could be an underage girl or teenager or whatever. But there are instances where it's yeah, where it's a supernatural being or an what I've known, from what I've heard and what I've seen, a supernatural being or an yeah, entity that might be billions of years old and might live for eternity for what we know. Therefore, you need to first go to the source first to figure out if who the character is, how it came to be, and how the original creators confirmed it. If it's an yeah, it's an entity. How yeah, you just have to check the age, and yeah. But there's some controversy over there. Same with shota cons, like my boy Agachi. I hope I spell your name correctly. If I didn't, then yeah, just correct me in the comments. But yeah, there is some hypocrisy going on lately, and yeah, shota. For those of you who don't know, shota in anime dictionary means stands for underage boy or boys that didn't hit puberty, or at least not yet. And yeah, apparently Twitter, especially Twat, knowing the platform it is, I've been on it for about a year to promote my webcomic. That's majority what, and that's yeah, especially one few things I'm going to promote over there, or put my focus on. So I won't focus on whatever drama is, focus that much on the drama, or needs that much on the drama that's going on within certain circles, within indie comics or whatever. But yeah, that being said, I will call out bullshit when I see it. And I wouldn't be politically and religiously homeless. I basically don't give an F. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care if you're left, right, whatever. When I'm seeing someone post bullshit, I'll basically call you out. I'll call out that yeah, this is a stupid take. This is something yeah, you shouldn't do. And especially on social media, you have to be careful what you post and what you shouldn't post. And sometimes I know from experience, it's quite appealing to react. Sometimes you don't have to react, but yeah. Oh, by the way, this is Jean Gantry, by the way. She's a New Yorker. And yeah, she's making a valid point. She's amused by how the same people crying about loli, and those could be traced to the left, and also people on the right side, on the evangelical side of the political spectrum. Just don't get into politics or whatever. Just don't get into political discussions on Twitter. It's absolutely cringe. Yeah. That's why that's why yeah, I stayed all away from it for as far as I could. But yeah, these people on both sides of the political spectrum, they cry about loli and shota cons but they never seem to criticize like you said, the portrayal of and sexualization of teen girls via entertainment within the American media, which has happened before. And no outrage over child actors, teen pop stars, high school dramas with certain content. And the same thing happened with yeah, cuties, for example. And cute is something that nobody actually liked. But yeah, could have worked out better as an documentary. But yeah, the execution was so poorly, and yeah, it should never have been released in its current form, if not ever. But yeah, that's things. These are the things, or those are the things that they criticize loli, which is an art style, and shota cons. And yeah, just for the record, I'm not a fan of either of those. I think they are incredibly overrated. I prefer MILFs. Here I said it. That being said, just because people are lolicons or people like loli or shota doesn't mean that they are attracted, that they are pedophiles, but or yeah, p words. I hope YouTube doesn't censor this. But yeah, there are some people within those communities who have an unhealthy obsession with it. It cannot be denied. And yeah, some people can differentiate between, let's say, loli and character angles. We'll get to that later. Because yeah, there are some people who can't differentiate between it, and yeah, especially when within indie circles. And yeah, which brings me to the second part of this tweet. And yeah, forgive me, Gene, for including you into this, but I couldn't help but call this out. So yeah, there are some people within the left and the right, especially within the more certain circles, that can't differentiate between loli and yeah, shota and yeah, actual loli feet and actual p words, actual porn, etc. or pizza or cheese pizza, whatever. But yeah. And yeah, some of them can rightfully destroyed in the comment sections as well, which would happen right here. Back to part 2. And yeah, people like this, for example, who can't differentiate between loli feed porn and this is obviously in a fan art, as you can see from a character angle. The lines between the toes. Not something I would choose, but this is appealing, and it's enjoying a sandwich. So yeah, if you think this is part 2, yes, this is part 2 to it. Yeah. It's tame fan service indeed. And yeah. And what happens to part 2 is yeah, instead of admitting that yeah, he's wrong, he decide. Yeah, we talked a little bit about it. He thinks some people think that apparently show feet, which is a tame fan service or fetish, equals loli feet porn. Just like this guy over here, who is apparently a Hispanic author, but I've never seen him except one time. Seen him post a word in Castellano. And this is something you should never do as an author or writer, artist, whatever. Because yeah, it was a really stupid take. Yet he decides to double down on it and call people yeah, porn addicts or pee addicts. And yeah, to give a summary, another one for the wall of shame indeed. And that, yeah, like I said, he's not my type at all. Because yeah, we all know that Cardi is a 20-year-old who's, according to US laws, she's old enough to buy liquor and buy cigarettes. And yeah, it all stems down to an unhealthy obsession with the publisher, Iconic Comics, because they actually get work done and deliver their products in a more or less timely manner. Well, last time I shipped, people tried to ship something to me, but it kind of got lost in yeah, and PostNL didn't communicate it Well, they should, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't mind waiting out. I don't mind waiting extra time. I know they're cooking something up, and yeah, till then I have to buy most things digitally. And yeah, don't just in a word for the not so wise. Don't be like this guy. Don't call people pee addicts because yeah, this is how your reputation gets ruined. And yeah, it didn't take long either for him to ruin it himself. And yeah, he can't. This guy can't even differentiate between a 20-year-old character that's old enough to buy liquor and between pee addicts and people who enjoy fan service. A light one. And yeah, this is not a good idea, man. I told you this before, yeah. And it's not the first time he did it. He probably accused me for stirring up drama, like yeah, some other guy told me. But yeah, like I said, he'll probably make a false rumor out of me. That Iconic is paying me to make fun out of him, which I clearly did. I'm not going to lie. What surprisingly bookmarked it. Yeah. Yeah, and he's a guy that's known for stirring up drama for attention. He's also part of the CG crowd that I have my own opinion about it. Not against the CG crowd, but I don't understand why you let this guy in at all. But yeah. I think calling people porn addicts, yeah, good luck. This is how you turn people away from well, I would have bought your stuff. Just because people like loli and shota, even though there are some people within it who have an unhealthy obsession with it, doesn't mean that everyone is a pedophile. And yeah. That's pretty much it. It's a certain art style. It's subjective. I also posted on one of my tweets. It's an art style. It's subjective. It doesn't equal a real child. It doesn't equal a real girl, especially when they're considered supernatural beings. So yeah. But you know how Twitter goes and how certain drama queens go on YouTube, especially who try to use it as to stir up drama and yeah, sending on the moral high ground and eBay for super chat. Yeah, this guy basically put another guy to shame that yeah, I expect the art from, but I can't stand the guy. This is a guy I can't stand at all, but I made it quite clear. And yeah, like I said, he'll probably make up a false rumor about me. I know how it works. Probably make up a false rumor about me to boost up his sales. And spread a false rumor that I'm being paid by Iconic to make fun out of him, which I clearly did. And yeah, I know it's not a matter of if he's going to do it. It's only a matter of when, because I know how they operate. So yeah, they could try it. He could try it, but yeah. But I'm not going to yeah, pay further attention to it. You could try it, but yeah, I can tell you by now. I'll probably make a satirical comment out of it, but I know it's a matter of when, but I'm not. But I know how to defend myself against it, etc. Besides, they would have nothing to gain from it if they paid me about 2,000 euros just to make fun out of people. It's not even profitable for them. What's profitable for them is that yeah, people buy their books, and yeah, Tim and Mark are pretty good at that. So there's some good writers, some good They have a good crew behind them that knows what they're doing. One of the few people in publishers in American indie comics. They embrace things from other markets like Asia, East Asia, like manga, manhwa, or what, and add some of their own cultural influences to the mix. Starting out as a Captain Marvel parody, then you becoming their own character. That's character progression happened over time. And I have the omnibus, the first omnibus with me, but I've yet to read it. But yeah, what I've seen coming out of there is it's amazing. But yeah, they don't get involved in these types of drama. They're just doing what they're good at, and they're not in it to call people pee addicts. So you could complain about the mainstream all you want, but what he's doing right here is not so different from what he accuses people in the mainstream comic book industry of doing. And yeah, it's not the first time I noticed this. And I said it all stems down from unhealthy obsession with iconic comics, and he also pretends to be a self-proclaimed Christian, but the Christians and conservatives I know, they would never call people pee addicts for liking a certain art style. In fact, I doubt most of them even care about it. Nor do they lie behind people's backs. I know I get flack for this, but and be accused of stirring up drama, but that's about it. That's how you could sum it up. So yeah, long story short, people who like loli and shota aren't necessarily p words, but there are some people who have an unhealthy obsession with it, things that I don't like, and if you try to sell your books or another product like that, words from a beginner. Don't call people pee addicts. Don't call people those kind of words, because you're not so much different from the mainstream American publishers that hire those people that like all kinds of professionalism, and so even the CG circles are not immune to it, because I know he identifies as CG. I'm surprised nobody's calling this behavior out. Someone's even defending it, but that's a story for another video, and that's pretty much it. The double standards are left, right, whatever. It's all a joke, just like the comedian said. And with that, I think it's more than enough. Gotta go to sleep. Have to prepare. Just going to read the 13th Law, a science fiction book by Rodney Holmes. Deals with things like Afrofuturism. There's some elements of Afrofuturism and sci-fi. So finished the first chapter, and it was pretty good. Well, extremely good, because it went straight into no long introduction or anything. It went straight into the action. And flashback before it. After that, in the second chapter, it's kind of a flashback, and then we get back to the more and more tyrannical universe. So pretty interesting. And I also have the Ace to read. Something I kind of spoiled already, with the Ace of Spades. And I have no idea what I'm getting into, so I'm going blind. So we can find out. But anyways, that's it for today. Sorry for this long rambling about Twitter drama. But not sorry, because I stick to my words. I have no regrets for the things I said, and like I said, if they're going to make rumors about me being a paid shill, just don't believe it. Just don't believe it, because I'm my own man. There's no strings attached to me, because only I rule over me. But yeah, don't let the outrage merchants put words in your mouth, and yeah, make up your own minds about. Just do your own research, make up your own mind about it, because their intentions aren't always genuine. Very much it. But anyways, talk to you guys later. Peace.